thank you. Okay, I don't want to yap too much because we are gonna get into the long-awaited Max0r lore video that I know you guys have been begging me to watch ever since day one. So I guess we'll go ahead and switch on over because I have it set up here. Should be no, don't start immediately. Wait, silence. Wait, where is it? Stop. I'm sorry. I can't stop it. Give me a second. Edit. No, stop. Dude, stop. I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna say a mean word. Okay, there we go. Could you guys hear it, by the way? I couldn't. Okay. Move this over here. I'm gonna enlarge this. Is it gonna be super small for me? Oh, no, that's fine. This works. Okay. I guess we don't need my death counter anymore. Should I have it on here just so people know how many times I died, or is it obstructive? Maybe it's obstructive. It might be obstructive. I'm gonna put it here for now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the BGM will turn off in a second. I just, I need to make sure that I can hear the video as well, because I couldn't hear it before. And if you're curious as to what's happening right now, we're watching a video called, what's it even called? I don't know. It's Max0r's, lore video on Bloodborne. But let me make sure monitor and output. Boom. And then I'm gonna close Bloodborne. You don't hear the oh. Okay. You guys ready? This video better be good. You guys have been hyping it up for a very long time. I'm sure it will be good though. Where do I put myself? I'll just stand in the corner of the screen. Is this our first watch along? This is how you do a watch along, right, guys? Sometimes I forget how long my legs are. I got some long legs. I look like Spider-Woman. But yeah, call me Daddy Longlegs. That was a joke that I said in my debut. Call me Daddy Longlegs because these legs just go on and on and on and on. I am 90% leg. But don't forget, I am only 5'3", so I don't know how tiny my torso is, but all right. Let's get I don't know, what's a good size for a watch along? Like right here? Is that good, chat, or is that a little too big? You know what? It's fine. It's probably fine. All right, in just a moment, you're gonna go ahead and give me an audio check. Make sure I sound okay. Why does the watch along thing keep closing on my end? I would like to watch the video too. I personally would love to watch the video too if you would let me. Stream elements. Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready? Maybe some dungeons today. I have to unlock it though, because we were pushed into New Game Plus.
Bloodborne is a Lovecraftian horror RPG that no one understands by definition, where the player is free to attack hordes of human children at will and consume their innards. If that in-depth and engaging anti-baby gameplay appeals to you, keep listening, because it gets worse.
I'm like
in this game, you play as John Bloodborne, a foreigner incapable of speech without the use of sign language, and stricken with Habsburg disease.
Oh my god, is this how I sound when you're watching me?
Treatment for the sins of his cousins. In doing so, he will begin hallucinating talking dolls, spider people, and the great journeying further, John Bloodborne becomes conscripted into the service of a gay elder god.
Wait, what? No, it isn't. Is the stream offline, chat? Audio check? You want it louder? I can make it louder for you. Nah, the stream isn't offline. Why is it like 50% people the stream is crashing and then the other 50% it's fine? I just buffered, had to refresh. What? Why is it doing that today? It's fine. Okay. I'm sorry. The service of a gay elder god? I don't think he's gay. I think he just... He wanted to frick the
60-year-old man he keeps as a pet and is given the ultimate task of killing an invisible infant in order to cure his anemia. To accomplish said Herculean task, the player must journey through dark forests, terrifying nightmares, and the meth-ridden alleyways of a post-Brexit Britain, slaying monsters, exploring, and tricking women into being impregnated by gods so you can consume the child. This game is an excellent realization of a Metroidvania with something new around every corner. A great action RPG which pits you against insurmountable odds and extreme challenges, and has a gripping story and lore about discovering the eldritch truth. So if you can, play it yourself, because I'm not going to hold back on the details. It's no secret that my reviews are entertainment first, so I don't suggest using me as genuine advice.
Wait, but I'm using you as genuine advice.
However, most people can't play this game, ever, because you have to buy a $400 magical box sold by the wizard Sony in order to experience it. And even then, you get to see it in an amazing 30 frames per second with no anti-aliasing. Port this game to PC, I beg of you. In fact, I can assume that a lot of people watching this video will basically never play the game. But keep watching because I'm hilarious and original.
I hear Persona music in the background.
I can give you the full, unfiltered, uncensored, unsubstantiated, and unsportsmanlike experience that is Bloodborne.
I'm sorry. We were talking about Persona music yesterday.
The gameplay is what makes this game great, and the easiest way to describe it is simple but complicated. On a simple level, your baby brain is responsible for only 2 tasks: dodging and hitting. And dodging in this game renders you temporarily invincible. Sounds easy, right? Wrong, because every single enemy is adjusted to keep pace with you. Basic enemies are basically able to whoop your ass into fucking non-existence. Every encounter, therefore,
also, I was curious, I googled it last night.
When you kill someone, it's because you were faster
Apparently,
and had more method.
The majority of people think this is the
level,
easiest Souls-like, and I think they're just
normally
coping.
bullets hurt people, but in London, bullets are
It wasn't that hard for
like
me,
the
but it
Geneva
definitely wasn't
Convention.
easy.
Here in England, it's all about the knife bins. Except when you shoot somebody mid-attack, you gain the mystical and arcane ability to plunge your fist through their ribcage like Mortal Kombat and rip out their heart, which is considered rude and a slight annoyance.
Like 20% of enemies you can actually parry
if you charge an attack, which sometimes causes you to reach up a pig's asshole and rip out the prostate like fruit by the foot. Side note, the most optimal farming route for currency in this game is called Murgo's Pig Fisting Route. See, I changed the webpage. And in this route, you sneak up behind this guy and do him the dirty. Then entice these 2 swinular bastards to be mauled to death by members of Organization 13. Repeat 50 times. On a complicateder level, every single weapon in the game has 2 different modes with 2 different movesets, and transforming between them gives you special attacks.
Guys,
in addition to running attacks,
here.
On a theoretical physicist level, your character memorizes squiggly lines and fridge art created by gods for passive bonuses that work regardless of weaponry. My favorites are more money, and more money they stack. Finally, on a meta-theoretical chiropractic level,
that's
every
all I
weapon
care
is
about. More money,
customizable with different gem
money.
slots. They give differing effects for your attacks.
That's why I'm a
there are
VTuber,
different
not a
types
doctor.
that can literally change all of the stats of the weapon, like making a fucking spear do more damage based off of intelligence. There's definitely more and a lot of strategy in how you level up your character, but I assume that you know how to level up in a fucking video game. But with all this combat prowess, you may be wondering, Max0r, who are these crusty abominations that you're fighting on screen? Well, to learn that much, we're going to have to delve into the lore. So buckle your britches, bitches, because this shit is wild. If I say something questionable, just accept it as fact. I can be trusted. 60 years ago, 20 rowdy college students took their education extremely seriously because they found Woman Cthulhu. She was just in a portable toilet downstairs. Also, because they were bored, they beat to death a god of the sea with some bats, but that's a story for later. It turns out the entire world is ruled and created by a race.
Who's they? We gotta back it up. Hold on. They beat up orphans.
This shit is wild. If I say something questionable, just accept it as fact. I can be trusted. 60 years ago, 20 rowdy college students took their education extremely seriously because they found Woman Cthulhu. She was just in a portable toilet downstairs. Also, because they were bored, they beat to death a god of the sea with some...
Okay, so the 20 college students, those are the people in the lecture hall? But those are the people that are also working with what's-her-face? Maria? Yeah, Lady Maria, right? They're working with Lady Maria. Is that what is that what Max was talking about? The Healing Church. Oh, it's the Healing Church. Okay, so the Healing Church are the 20 college students, right? And that's the head of the Healing Church is Amelia. So Amelia and Orphan's mom aren't like homies, right? Because Amelia isn't a god. She was transformed into a beast. She was just a normal girl, head of the Healing Church. Right? Oh, Amelia doesn't exist yet. Maria, Gurman, Lawrence, plus others. Oh, that beat up the dead mom. Wait, so was Orphan's dead mom been there? You would assume that he had been there for a while then. But then when you like start smacking the dead mom after the boss fight, she still bleeds. So it's like she's a fresh carcass. I don't understand the timeline here. I'm lost. Don't think too much on it, but I need to. I need to understand, Drake. I have to.
That, but that's a story for later. It turns out the entire world is ruled and created by a race of elder gods beyond human comprehension called the Great Ones. Figuring this out, they got Cthulhu's blood and were like, we can make a religion out of this. Because it turns out the blood can heal people, which is really good due to all the knife crime. So everyone starts drinking it a little.
Wait, the blood can heal people. Wait, did I know that? Did I know that the blood could heal people? Oh! Oh! Okay, so did it become like a not like snake oil salesperson, but did they like feast on the blood of the gods and that's why they're becoming beasts? Because they were greedy. The blood vials. Oh, the blood vials. Oh. Well, like, in my defense, there's also Estus flasks in Elden Ring, and I don't know if the Estus flasks have any lore significance, right? Okay, so, like, so is it just, like, if you ingest too much of the beast, or the god blood, then you become a beast? And it's, like, an analogy for human greed?
Too much, and they get the money to build 36 cathedrals, but it turns out eventually the blood turns you into a werewolf. So the church hires a guy named German to go fight the beasts with an organization known as the Hunters, but there's too many beasts, so he gives up. Now the knife crime is increased even more, and German sort of goes insane and creates a life-size doll of one of his students who is an 8-foot-tall Amazonian. He also canonically has sex with it. The
Lady
moon
Maria was
god,
one of,
for some
one
reason,
of German's
kind of takes
students.
notice of this and is like, alright, listen, I'm building a suicide squad. I will bring your waifu to Laifu if you serve me for all time as my slave. German reasonably thinks that this is a great deal and is imprisoned in a dream. This is where you come in. See, the moon god assassinates baby gods for fun, but needs a hitman to go into the real world to do it since he's confined to the 9th dimension. So in addition to fighting all manner of giant beasts and uncovering dark secrets, the true aim of this game is to commit infanticide. There's enough bullshit here to fill tax legislation.
Okay, so wait, hold on. Moon presence, right? Employs garment. La 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 la. Let me know when you can hear me. Let me know when you can hear me. Let me know when you can hear me. Can you hear me yet? Hello, 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 hello. Back. Can you hear me now, chat? Can you hear me, everyone? Sorry. GPU, you know how it is. Literally nothing I can do. I'm gonna give it a second so I make sure everything's working okay. Let me see. You can see me, you can hear me. Okay. Let me fix everything because everything deletes, and that's when my CPU crashes. I mean, that's our second crash of the day, so theoretically we won't have another one. Isn't that so freaking weird that it only happens a max of like 3 times a day, and then it just stops? Why does it do that? I truly don't understand why it does that. I don't know, man. It's fine. I'm going only a little bit crazy. Thank you so very much for the 2. Justin, appreciate you. Can I see where that is? There we go. Thank you for the 2, Justin. GPU fun. Thanks, but I don't think we ever getting a new GPU, chat. To be so for real, I don't think we ever getting a new one. At least not for a long time. At least not for a very long time, unfortunately. I don't know. I feel like a new microphone might be more important. Because the microphone keeps cutting out. I mean, I don't even know what's more important at this point. I don't even know if a new GPU would help. Who the hell knows? But Coyote, thank you for the 5 good memberships. If you received a gift membership from Coyote, please be sure to thank them. Welcome to the Warrior Maiden family. I think we were at 608, right? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what we're at anymore. Drivers are up to date, I assume. Yeah, everything is up to date. Everything's good. This has happened with 2 separate 4070 Ti's. It is just my unfortunate luck that all of my tech doesn't work and I can't buy new stuff. So, yeah. Oh, it's at 613? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. I forgot where we were at with confidence. Thank you guys. Sorry. OBS like resets everything when my PC crashes. But it's okay. Throne Doko can't have a throne. No throne. It's okay. It's fine. I will deal with stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn back on the watch along. I don't remember where I was, but let me enlarge. Let me enlarge and figure it out. Whoop, whoop. I have some quality right here. We were like around. We were at the lore. Where's the lore? How deep were we into this? Prepare to die. Assuming I'll remember, right? Were we here? No, this is still Persona. No, wait. We weren't this far. We were 4 minutes in? How many minutes in were we, Chad? Do you guys remember? Okay, here we go. We're like right here. Yes, okay. So like I was saying, Okay, so, like I was saying, Moon Presence, the final boss, kind of employs Gurman. He's like, I'm going to make your doll real, okay? I'm gonna make this doll replication of your student, Lady Maria, into a real being that wants you. She wants you so bad. However, in turn, I'm going to trap you in this dreamlike state, and you are going to have to employ other people to do my bidding for me. I want to kill little babies, so you're gonna employ people to kill babies for me. Is that right? Oh, do you guys not hear it? Oh, you guys should hear it. Can you not hear? No video audio. BS, I can say it! What do you mean no video audio? I can see you hearing it! Really? Okay, workaround. Workaround because OBS is broken. I will just stream it through my desktop audio because I can hear what you hear. Even though you can't hear it. But that's fine. Right here. Alright. You will be able to hear it here. I mean, it's fine. We didn't miss anything, by the way. We didn't miss anything. We're earlier. I'm just explaining what I'm interpreting. Okay, so then Moon Presence God employs Gurman, and Gurman employs us, and then we do Moon Presence's bidding to kill little baby God. But then we refuse Gurman, and is like, and we're like, no, we're not gonna work with you anymore. And that's why we kill Gurman, and then that's why we also go on to kill Moon Presence, and that's why in the original ending, which we're gonna watch all the endings, by the way, in the original ending of the video game, we're dead. We fucking die. There's a tombstone, right? But in the other version, we kill the god, we become the god, and then the cycle repeats. I think I'm gonna steal Max0r's job.
The real world to do it, since he's confined
you can
to
hear
the
it now, right, Jet?
So in addition to fighting all manner of giant beasts and uncovering dark secrets, the true aim of this game is to commit infanticide. There's enough bullshit here to
okay,
fill
this is where we
tax
left off, by the way.
legislation. So comment your own
You can
poorly
hear it now, by the
summarized
way, right?
Bloodborne lore below. And for the rest of us non-chills, we have ample time to explain more of what makes this game great. Yes, you have been jailed. I am talking about bosses before I talk about the levels. In most video games, bosses cap off areas, but in Bloodborne, areas are preambles to a dick flattening, and nothing will challenge your skill in quite the same way. Except for the goddamn Witches of Hemwick, who were placed into the game for disability access. You can probably tell that Bloodborne is a hard game. We don't even know if a games journalist can beat it, but it's hard in a fair way that tests your skills and reaction time, except for
when they get past the tutorial, we'll never know.
What sets this game's bosses apart is that the challenge makes it feel like you're a really small dude jabbing a toothpick into a building-sized deer demon. So yeah, I would be impressed if you killed that. But not only that, unlike Dark Souls, every single boss reacts meaningfully to how you attack them. Large beasts can have their bones cracked and their tendons wound into a slinky. Bone boys can be knocked over and have their marrow shipped. And human enemies will wince and recoil when they see your height difference. As well, every boss punishes you for cowardice and actively discourages backpedaling with their forward momentum,
parry is
causing every
very
fight
much
to be an
so
elaborate
me.
dance with a thrilling back and forth.
I feel
Unless
called
you're fighting
out.
Braum, who is the really hungry caterpillar if he had a legion of arachnid slaves who threw their heads underground like ostriches. We don't talk about him. And while we're on the subject of bad
All my
bosses,
homies hate
this
him.
motherfucker, let me tell you something. The humanoid bosses in this game are paradoxically the most dangerous. But Mikolash is a psychological hazard that will hurt you personally. This boss literally feels like cut content because the fight centers around chasing him, and his direction depends on RNG, making him an actual speedrun killer. When you corner him, he uses one attack, and then you chase him again, where he gains the power to insta-kill you. God forbid you're hit by it, because that's 10 minutes gone. Here's a tip. Save up 10 poison knives and steal from your family if you must. Then wait until he jumps down this hole, poison him repeatedly, and watch him spaz the fuck out until death. You will thank me. But as a result of everyone who isn't Nico shit, conquering a boss in this game is absolutely rewarding on a level that other games cannot match. It's only because the odds are stacked against you in ways that don't feel bullshit most of the time that conquering them is the main reason I play, and their fights are undoubtedly the best I've ever done in video games. But that
I kind of wish I did most of those fights not super over leveled so I could learn them a little better.
So let's get into that. Lesson 1 in area design. Where the fuck am I going? Exploration is the name of the game, except it's called Bloodborne. Only this time, you don't bring smallpox and kill 20 million people. We're looking at a solid 10 this time, because the main enemies in this game are British townspeople. It's how the developers made sure you didn't feel bad about killing them. The plague of beasts infecting London causes people's teeth to become beast-like, makes you aggressive at night, and slurs your speech. So it's up to you to stop them, as a hunter should. If you don't look look
British
up
are
where to go next in
coming.
this game, good
I'm
fucking
coming
luck.
faster.
People get lost all the
A
time. Get
hunter,
used to
it's a
it. This game
hunter.
doesn't do exploration like, oh look, there's loot in this hallway. My dopamine's gonna go crazy. That's baby shit. This is daddy's exploration, where you find a route back to a
Daddy's
place you were in
exploration.
10 hours ago. And I hope you weren't expecting a mini-map or any map. Every single hallway is a rabbit hole of discovery, and your hand isn't held.
Does
Case in
any
point,
Souls like have a
Cathedral Ward is
map
level,
except
but feels like a
Elden Ring?
hub
No,
area
right?
because it connects to fucking everything. And where you start the game is in the middle of a loop-de-loop involving torturous experimentation. Just look at the fucking map of this game. Everything overlaps. And yes, there is a level
So wait,
called
okay, hold on.
Nightmare
There's gods in this game. The god, moon presence. There's mini gods. There's fake man-made gods. There's beasts that are human. They were human, but they transform into beasts because they drank the blood to heal themselves and human greed. Humans. Then there's the human experimentation, the failed human experimentation of the gods. And then there's the impregnated women. The women, they get impregnated by the gods, and then they poop out little mini Cthulhus. Right? Yeah. What is Orphan of Kos in this illusion? What is Kos? Right? Because Kos is the name of Orphan's mom. Right? Kos. Because he's the Orphan of Kos. So is Kos a mini god? Is she a what is she? What is she? Maybe he'll
lecture hall, and no, it does not connect to the altar of despair, although you would think that. Fittingly, the lecture hall is the smallest
What are these guys?
area,
Are these
and more
failed humans?
fittingly, 90% of the
cum
combat
guys?
is graduates throwing cum at you. The game
Hey,
also
see,
has
hey!
2 completely secret areas that you would not find without the internet. I would tell you how to enter, but I don't want to do calculus. And what you get at the end? Upper Cathedral Ward is legitimately a horror area in a game loved for its combat, because it's filled with enemies who act out my greatest fears. Stealing currency permanently gives me fucking chills every time I talk about it. Castle Canehurst is proof that From Software hates us all, since the best area in the entire game requires you to go to the Field of Corn in Ohio and trek down Waldo. But it's worth it to invade the house of that
When did I do
parasitic
that?
queen dwelling in her demented
When did I
castle,
trek
so
down
that she
Waldo?
may feel the wrath of the
How did I get to
proletariat.
Canehurst? I just
All
rode
we
a
have
chariot,
to do is
didn't I?
kill Prince Philip, who guards the way as an eternal
For a
witch.
thing?
On top of this, there are
A wagon.
numerous NPCs and NPC quest lines spread throughout the world,
Didn't do
all
a
with a
single one.
series of interactions with each other depending on location and timing. For instance, you could direct nuns, prostitutes, and Prince Philip to a church run by a lonely black
I didn't do any of
sludge,
that.
then perform enough blood transfusions to send the nun into a yandere rage. Or you
Huh?
could direct them to the nice woman
We
who
played
runs the
different
clinic
games.
down the street, who only wants to help and assist others. Then take a strange path through the forest and into her clinic to discover
Wait,
that
Kos
she's
is
been
a dead god, and you kill their baby, right? So, okay. So Moon Presence isn't the only god. Moon Presence is one of many gods, but Moon Presence and his hobby is killing baby gods. Because, for fun. Or does Moon Presence actually just want... I'm gurgling, excuse me. Does Moon Presence actually just want control?
experimenting on all of them in order to create the Blue Man group. And if you want, you
Oh,
can take
Brain
the
Sauce is
invisible
another
cord
great
away
one.
from her
Oh.
schizophrenic ass and eat it. The sky's
No, I
the
first
limit
tried
in
it in 2
Bloodborne
minutes.
quest lines. And you know what my favorite quest line is? The one where you descend into literal hell, complete with eternal punishment, insanity, and femboy fishing. The scariest of them all.
Femboy
I'm, of
mention.
course, talking about the DLC, the only DLC for this game. And if you play through Bloodborne, you have to play through the DLC. I'm not giving you a fucking choice. So to learn why you should play the best expansion ever made since Spore Galactic Adventures,
Jungles.
come with me on this amazing
I wanna
journey
play
to
Spore. It
find
looks
the
so
secrets
stupid.
of the Bloodborne, the old hunters. I want you to imagine hell. Now imagine hell written by H.P. Lovecraft. It will be filled with squids, immigrants, and air conditioning. This DLC has none of that except the squids. For you see, those college kids from the lore section of the video were built fucking different. They experimented
That's
on
what
an
I look
entire
like,
village
Janet.
and-
Wait, hold up. Lore accurate Maeve. Guys, not to break your
From the
immersion
lore
or
section
anything,
of
but
the
that's
video
what I
were
look
built
like
fucking-
IRL. Right there. I look beefy, don't I? Here, hold on. I got you with the... Can you even see my mouse? Hold on. How do I make it so you can see my... You can't see my mouse. Well, it's fine. I was gonna hover over the 26 pack. I got one of those. If you didn't know, I also have a lot of heads. I have the heads of beefy men at my disposal at all times. And my dick is so big it has to be censored.
Different. They experimented on an
It's true.
entire village and possibly
Absolutely
beat up a god
would.
of the sea so fucking bad that her consciousness in the 9th dimension died. We spent
That's
an
me,
entire
Chad, if you
game
even
killing
care.
an infant, and these guys somehow killed the MILF god. But anyways, in the
VTuber
process of
mentioned!
this, it cursed them and all of the
VTuber!
hunters to be doomed to a hell upon death, where they will hunt in a bloodthirsty
My brethren,
rage
my
without
kind.
rest for all eternity, indistinguishable from a political subreddit. Case in
Chad, do you
point-
think the VTubers would want me if I tell them I look like that Chad from earlier.
This is Ludwig. He's the first boss of the DLC and has a reputation for causing refunds. Not because he's bad, but because he's too good for you. The first phase is...
Every single FromSoft game this happens. A DLC comes out, and then the very first boss, people are like, oh, wait, I thought it was gonna be easy, and then they refund the crap. Same thing happened with goddamn Dancing Lion. Same thing happened with goddamn freaking everything else, everything. Madeir, didn't Madeir make people refund? Like, guys, you're playing a Souls-like. Watch my video essay on me complaining about this. But you're literally playing a Souls-like, bro. What do you expect? Do you expect that DLC of a hard game to be easier? Just because you're higher level? Yeah, right. Wouldn't you be bored, though? Wouldn't you be bored if you were higher level and you just zoomed through the game? I want a little bit of a challenge. Although I found the DLC to be easier, low-key. All the bosses took me less time, except Orphan of Kos and Ludwig. Everything else took me less time than the base game. I mean, I guess to be fair, maybe because at that point I was used to the game and I was better, but you know.
Corral is not actually a real corral, but like every restaurant except Golden
I like
Corral,
Ludwig.
the rewards at the
Phase
end
2
are
was
delicious because his second phase is even harder. Now,
No, it's
I'm
fun.
not going to lie, this DLC has 4 bosses and 3 of the hardest bosses I have ever fought in any video game ever. So your ass will be clenched the entire time, and the fact that he's the third
Maria was
hardest
easy
is
as hell,
fucking
dude.
concerning. Some people tell me, Max0r, your videos have gotten me through tough times because they made me laugh. But like this boss, you are the one who is truly overcoming these challenges, and I believe in your ability to beat both of them. King, Boss Lightning Round. The DLC has many such cases of amazing bosses, including Lady Maria, who is the basis for German's extremely creepy 8-foot-tall doll fetish, but
she's
we'll get back
8
to
foot
that.
tall?
And Orphan of Kos, who was born from the literal dead body of a god. If you enjoy the sensation of being beaten to death with a sharpened placenta, this is the fight for you. And as with everything that From Software makes, they threw in a boss that they didn't really finish and called it a day. I'm of course talking
That's what I'm
about
saying.
Lawrence,
I said the same thing. I said Lawrence is purposely optional because they know they whiffed. They know they dropped the ball with Lawrence, and that's why they didn't make him required. I said that. I said that.
A very mundane
True.
name for a fire monster
That's my
locked in
headcanon.
hell. Take my advice. Don't fight
The FromSoft was like, Miyazaki, we have some bad news. I don't think we're gonna get Lawrence done on time. I don't think it's gonna happen. Miyazaki said, don't scrap it. Make it optional. And then if people don't like it, they don't have to do it. And it's actually their fault. It's not our fault. It's their fault because we're not forcing them to do it. See? That's what I'm saying.
Lose a part of yourself, since this boss fights you by dropping off his own legs and then violently vomiting and shitting lava everywhere. I've always wanted my game about dynamic dodging and elaborate fencing to be reduced to shitty area denial like it's Team Fortress 2. To
That's
wrap
what I'm
things up, the
saying.
music of this game is pretty good, but the DLC music is fucking insane. I don't know what it is about Japanese composers being able to make better symphonies than the continent that invented them, but
This
just
is
take
true.
a listen.
It's so good, dude. Level C's go crazy.
Have you ever thought, as I do, that this game is just too good, that you would really rather be playing a shittier version of the game, such as the engagement of the Chalice dungeons? I, of course, jest. They're fine, probably, except for half
That's me
of them,
snapping an
because
agreement.
Bloodborne has an optional system of infinite dungeon generation for all of those who wish to break free of the shackles of good level design. Let's talk about how, and more importantly, why. First of all, Bloodborne has a system of dungeons that everyone shares and dungeons that are random. For my footage, I played the shared dungeons that you can be guaranteed the pain you witness on screen is mandatory. One of the biggest strengths of Bloodborne is the ability to have interesting and challenging enemy encounters gently rubbed with the blood-stained hands of Miyazaki. But I don't think I have to explain to you how randomizing almost every encounter in the game could be imbalanced. But fortunately, most enemies you encounter in the Chalice
Dude,
dungeons
love me or
are
hate me,
rude to
I
spare
didn't want to
good
grind the
people
Chalice
your wrath.
dungeons.
So
I
you
didn't want to.
instead fight SCP-96.
I'm not doing
Why
that for
are we
8
here?
hours.
It turns out that the entire city of London was built on a Celtic burial ground, an ancient civilization called the Tumerians who discovered
Wait, I'm
the
sorry.
key-
So were any of the Chalice dungeons randomized? Stream cutting in and out. It shouldn't be. Stream health. I think it's on YouTube's end. I think YouTube is having issues today because it's not me. My stream is healthy. My bitrate is consistent. I've dropped 0 frames. I think, hold on, wait. YouTube down detector. I think YouTube streaming might be down. Might be YouTube seems okay here. Holy crap, chat. The graph is crazy. It's really bad right now, yeah. Yeah, YouTube's definitely down. Here, can I see? Let me see if I can try to show you guys. Screenshot. I will not accidentally add the, but of course, Barbie. I will not accidentally add it. Let me see. I'm gonna show you guys.
Hi,
John,
Maeve.
thank you for the
Would
10!
you be interested in doing lore analysis runs for all the Souls games?
What do you mean by that? Lore analysis runs? Like watching videos on it, or like trying to understand the lore, or just watching Max0r? just watch Max0r. He can explain it to me. Why am I struggling to find what I just screenshotted? Here. Chat, take a look at this guy. This is what YouTube looks like right now. This is the YouTube down detector. This is, you see this? At 2 p.m. exactly. This is what this graph looks like. So, I don't think I'm the problem today, except the GPU blacking out. But as you can see, I started live streaming at 2 p.m., and that is the spike at 2 p.m. So, if you are having issues on YouTube's end, definitely refresh, and if that doesn't work, then we can all collectively cry together. We can just all collectively go, ah! You know? It's one of those days. I feel that way. I feel like that. You caused all of YouTube to die. Yeah, I pressed go live and I was too powerful. The clap of my ass cheeks ruptured the stability of the YouTube platform. Because God knows that YouTube is a very, very well-functioning platform and would never have any issues whatsoever. So the only explanation is I'm just too powerful. May Bob God was too strong. Too many squats. I had too strong of a leg day, and then I became a god. Bob, the god. I became a god. I had to get a whole new IP to get streams to work. Really? It's that bad? Oh my god. I pressed go live too hard. Dude, I cooked. I cooked too hard. I'm so sorry. I had to be silenced. I had to silence the rest of the YouTube platform.
Healing powers of blood and then mysteriously disappeared. Wow, I wonder what happened.
Wow.
This is all cool in theory, but the reality is that most of the time you fight the same 4 enemies, and the first 3 dungeons can be replaced by Simon Says. My cat literally wouldn't notice. The Chalice dungeons are so forgotten that the developers use them to put joke enemies into the game. My favorite is the man who aggressively rolls at you stark naked wearing only his Nikes. The uniqueness
Ew.
also extends to the bosses, and they're actually pretty cool, like Tumerian Descendant, Watchdog, and the 3 overweight men. Do you remember that basic enemy from like 2 levels?
Everybody
He is the
run.
boss now. Rom, he is the boss again. The only thing
No!
stopping me from throwing
No,
myself...
hell no. They got Rom in the Chalice dungeons, and you guys were trying to tell me to do the Chalice dungeons? Hell no. Bye, Smog. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. Dude. No.
To a wood chipper is the
It's a
fact
shame
that
you have to
Replash
grind
isn't
the Chalice
bad. And if
dungeons
you're
to
going
get to
have
some good
replays,
bosses,
you probably
though.
want to make sure
The
that
Queen of
they're
Yharnam
actually
would have been
good.
nice to
In
try.
fact, the bosses are so fucking imbalanced that the Watchdog fight is primarily comprised of instant kill attacks. I
Ew.
beat Sekiro backwards on a keyboard, and this shit is too fucking much. Now, normally that would be all, but the dungeons go deeper. What we have discussed so far is merely the surface, and there is a much darker syndicate lying just below. These
I miss
places
normal
you
parrying
must
games,
never
though. I miss
venture,
Sekiro.
for they are the save edit dungeons.
Parrying was fun in this
whereby
game, but you
through
didn't do it
wizardry,
enough.
The community are able to conjure up deep, dark chasms and share them with the rest of the world. Of these secrets, there are only 2 that I shall reveal to you, and the
Chat, what if I fricked around and I played Sekiro again? Just for fun.
first is the
For no
Cum
other
Dungeon.
reason.
Yes, you
Cum
heard that
Dungeon.
correctly and clearly. The Cum Dungeon is the name of the most optimal farming route ever conceived by the fucking cricket people who
Oh,
do
it's a
this shit,
farming
whereby
route?
the
Oh, I
player
didn't know
enters
that.
the chasm of place name and watches as a high-level boss yeets itself off a cliff. Murgo's pig fisting route can give you 10,000 echoes. This gives 83,000. And if you thought that that sorcery was bad, it gets much worse. You can
Wait,
insert anything from the game
shut
file.
up. Sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to. Is the Cum Dungeon, is that one of the player-made dungeons, or is that just a poorly optimized in-game dungeon that they fricked up? You should try the boss rush challenge on Sekiro. I did it, and then I whiffed Lady Butterfly. I whiffed Lady Butterfly. The second boss.
By save editing a Chalice dungeon. Anything. This
It's
includes
player-made?
cut
Oh, I
and
see.
unfinished content from the game that the developers forgot to
frick?
delete. Like this
Oh, you guys
doggo
told me
who
about
attacks you
this.
with invisible lightning. Overall, the
frick?
Chalice dungeons are bad. They're not actually very fun to play, and yet I love them. Everyone loves them because they allow us to further explore a long-dead game with the help of a passionate community. Now, before we sign off,
That's
I
fair.
know what you're thinking. Max0r, what about the multiplayer? That I would love to talk about with all the footage I have, but it's dead. If this game releases on PC, PC, and it better. Then I will talk about the multiplayer extensively. And finally, this game and this video would not be complete if I didn't talk about
this
the
boss fight.
Hunter's
This was fun.
dream. After all the combat, the battles, and the difficulty of this game, it's nice to have a place to recharge, purchase items, upgrade weapons, and watch as it violently burns to the ground. This is where you'll find German slowly wasting away as his soul remains captive for an eternity.
Okay,
And
why
his
does he
doll
fake
wife-
being an old man in a wheelchair? Is he just lazy? I guess, to be fair, if I was stuck in a dream, if I was stuck in a dreamlight state for all of eternity, I guess I too would rather just sit than stand. If I could just sit forever, I guess that's fair enough.
That he sold his existence to be with. She talks to you, levels you up, offers you advice, and German says you're allowed to have sex with her. When I fell down and felt defeated, she was there to pick me up. When I emoted at her randomly, she pretended
She's
to be
so
impressed.
cute!
And she was there, graciously standing in the background of this one shot that I took of myself.
Does she have a name or just the
is
doll?
Our waifu now, and the game is perfect and complete because she is in it. Now excuse me as I
Amen.
engage in the supplementary
On
lore
God.
material. Should you get the game,
Good
yes,
God, brother.
absolutely, I am biased.
Content
In
warning
fact,
next time.
you should
Rule
physically
$34.
enter Sony's headquarters and demand that it be ported to PC. I will be right there with you. Tasers will not stop me. I would like to thank the corrupt hackers and politicians funneling money into this channel directly from the taxpayer. If you would like to contribute your funds accrued through extensive federal government corruption,
We
you
did
can head to
it!
my
We watched the
Patreon to
Max0r
learn more. I would also
video!
like to thank the kind denizens of the Mythbuster Smut Discord who sent me half the memes in this video. And as always, thank you for watching.
I should freeload off of your guys' memes. I should just, like, button mash memes into my videos. I should take several notes from this guy. I should make my analysis videos like this. Instead of me trying to be eloquent with the way that I speak, I should just, like, word vomit info dump. All right, we did it. We watched the video, chat. Did you guys like it? Did you guys like it? Okay, if I can give a TLDR for the Bloodborne lore, I kind of already did, right? German, why didn't he name his doll? He should have named the doll, even if it was like Marie. Just be shameless about it. Yeah, there's my freaking doll, Marie. I like to do things with Marie. She looks like my ex-student, Lady Maria. Wait, okay, but Lady Maria, if she is the disciple, she's like the student of German, aren't they on opposite sides? The Healing Church versus the gods? So German is like a traitor, right? Bloodborne, a world without hope. I'll watch it. Let me see. Bloodborne, a world without hope. Check it out. See where we go. What the frick? Okay, this here.
Every day across the country in
Anyways.